Any faithful out there, y'all want that real content, that official realness, and you want to stay informed?
I want the content creators always capping.
Yeah, capping.
All on Twitter, all on social media, all on the podcast.
If you don't want content where they're reaching, talking nonsense, looking for likes,
Real talk.
1, 2.
it's showtime!
Hey, right. What's going on, Empire? What's going on, fellow faithfuls? Like we always say, if you find yourself here, yes, you're officially rocking out with the Real Talk 90 Talk crew. As you know, we are the home of that official realness. Nobody brings you that unabashed, unapologetic Real Talk 49er Talk like the crew here at Real Talk 90 Talk.
All right.
Hey, so with that being said, without any further ado, yes, sir. Time to introduce the crew. Hey, Real Talk 90 Talk. All right. From the west side, the best side, Fillmore's finest, the faithful of all faithful. Give it up for none other, y'all. Silverado Kev.
Let's get to it. Yes, sir.
All right, we're going to keep it on the west side. Best side, San Diego. Give it up for none other than Super Dave, the OG. Give it up for Super Dave, y'all. Hey.
All right, let's get to week 10.
And last but not least, it is I, your host, of course, the one and only, from the NYC, Rotten Apple. Give it up for y'all for Niner Style. Give it up for me, y'all. All right. Let's give it up again, y'all, for the Real Talk 90 Talk crew.
Let's go ahead and get to it.
Yes, sir. We got another home game because 57% of the tickets sold occupied by Niner fans. So, again, it's another home game.
Right.
And one of our own is going. Jew will be at the game tomorrow.
Let's go ahead and play like you feel me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, Jew's en route. He's with the family. He's en route to Jackson.
NC.
And he may be popping on in a few.
And he and the son just checked in on in the chat.
Oh, they just checked in. All right.
Hey, there you go, right there.
Hey, what up, Jew? Did you check? Did you touch down yet? Are you in the Ville?
Hey, man.
You need to find that fool Darryl. I think Darryl out there.
Oh, word?
Yeah, I think Darryl out there, Jacksonville. Juve. Right on.
Hey, man, real quick before we get too far into this, man. Shout out to all the veterans, man, myself included. All the veterans out there, man. Thank you for your service. You feel me?
I was gonna say something about that, Kev. As being in San Diego, if you're not in the military, somebody that is in the military.
Sir.
So,
well, I definitely want to throw a big shout out to Silverado here.
Right.
My dad, who's no longer with us, and my wife, my baby, Jasmine Candelario.
Hey, man, appreciate it, man.
Thank you for your service.
My dad's birthday was yesterday, also coinciding with his naval service.
Hey, man. Hey, 14, the best years of my life, man.
Yeah, I saw that picture of we got Skinny Debo, we had Skinny Kevin.
Bare face and all.
That's all right. That's all right. You earned it.
That's right.
Shout out to all the vets watching there. Thanks for spending your day with me.
Thank you. Yeah, your evening. I'm out here on the East Coast. Pretty frigid out here. It's frigid night. I'm not sure what you guys' numbers looking like, but I'm sure
we won't brag about our weather again.
No, you guys feeling it down there too?
Oh no, it's officially fall, which means it's in the 70s here.
70. Oh, look at that, man.
We only have 2 seasons, summer and spring.
Man, I'm jealous as hell. I'm jealous as hell, man. You know. But what's going on with JA, man?
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
What's going on with JA?
Oh, damn it! You know what? Hold on.
Yeah.
Send me the link, huh? Hold on.
I was waiting on him. I'm ready.
Give me a second. Give me a second.
While we're there, on Facebook, Mush Boogie, thank you for joining us there.
Oh, that's my man Mush from Harlem, man. He's a real faithful. He's a real one. He's tatted up. He got a 49er tattoo on him, an ill one, man. So, you know, I can't compete with that. You know, give it up for my man Mush Boogie.
You know who I was looking forward to seeing?
Speaking of that, man, I think tomorrow's game is I know people wouldn't admit that I've heard some say there's no such thing as a vital game, a must-win game at this stage.
No,
yes, it is.
It's a must-win.
Yeah, hell yeah, it is.
We got to stop the bleeding.
We got exactly. You know, we're gonna start to play when we bleed out. No.
Right. No.
No, this game has to be it has to be won. We got to get out here and get focused, man.
Right, because the tough ones are coming up. After this, you got a home game in Tampa Bay, but then Seattle for the first of 2 of 3, and then Seattle, Philly, then back to Seattle, then back at Seattle.
Yeah.
So crucial series coming up. Got to get a momentum.
Well, I gotta I gotta come clean on something. I do want to send a sincere apology. I mean, if he's listening or may not, who knows? Never know who's watching us. Woo. Give it up for King Sersky, y'all. Dollar Bill Whale.
Yes, sir.
Sersky.
What it do?
What up? What up?
What it
Hey,
do?
John says shoot me the link too, Don.
Huh?
John says send the link.
What's he on?
Yeah.
He's on Facebook? Is he on Facebook?
Hit him, Messenger will work. Yeah, Messenger will work.
Messenger. Yeah, that's what I mean. All right.
It's Armstead Jonathan.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to that.
Yeah. Hey, Sersky, bro, man. Goddamn, old June the crept up on me. I didn't know he had a new album out, man. Hold on.
Yeah, it came out last night?
I gotta put ears to that right quick.
Yeah, man. Every track go hard, man. Every track go hard.
Okay, yeah.
What happened last night?
Larry June got a new album out.
Another banger.
Oh, okay.
Larry
man.
June. Frisco,
man. Every
rap.
track go hard. Every track go hard.
Man.
Nice.
Hey, what up, twin?
Yeah, Twin Empire in the house.
Twin in the building.
What's going on, Twin Empire? Good brother there.
Also, Nelson Gonzalez in the house.
Okay, tell him I'm not getting him. I'm putting his name up in the messenger here. I'm not.
We're gonna get to y'all formally in the roll call here in a minute, man. I want to holler a couple of y'all.
Right.
Hey, tell John I'm not getting him on Facebook on the messenger. He's not coming up.
Well, if I just send him the link,
yeah, you can send it from you
from the search bar. It should pop up, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Hey, Miss Leslie, absolutely. She says, "Are we taking that game tomorrow?" We have no choice.
All right.
Yeah, I believe we will get that game tomorrow.
Yeah,
Where's Ready Red?
I don't know. Maybe he decided to find.
I mean,
maybe he decided to stay in a Dallas chat room tonight. A Cowboy chat room.
I mean, I think of him in that Geico commercial where they almost had it. The fishermen say, "Got to come quicker than that." That's how they played against the Eagles.
Well, guys, I want to send a formal thank you to the Baltimore Ravens for taking care of Seattle and putting us back in first place. Give it up for the Baltimore Ravens.
Well, shout out to the Ravens, man.
Oh yeah, but we got to play them later this year. I believe Christmas Day.
Man, that's like free money. We got anointed first place and didn't even have to play.
Exactly.
And you know what? I'm gonna take that. I'll take it.
They've got Washington. They've got the Commanders this weekend.
So how you get first place on your day off?
Ask the Seattle Seahawks.
Just like we did.
They went all the way. They went all the way to the East Coast to kick a field goal.
Yeah,
I mean,
pretty much. So, Dollar man,
I guess you could say we got a W. We really got a W during the bye week.
Yep.
Yeah, we might. Yeah, we might. It's like we played.
Yep. What you about to say? What you about to ask?
That's how you win the bye.
What's been going on with you, brother? How you been, man?
I had the flu, man, and then my kids got sick.
Man, that flu is very contagious.
Yeah, man. This time of the year, man. It's what you call it, RSV season. So
right.
Yeah,
kids go back to school. They get around them other kids.
Yeah,
bring it back to herd.
And then the weather comes in. It get cold. It's getting cold now, and
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, I'm just thankful that mine is back on campus after spending nearly 2 weeks at the hospital. So,
but it's summertime over there on the West Coast. Y'all in the 90s and shit.
Well, yeah.
Amen, bro. Amen.
y'all got some over there.
Well, like I was telling Don, we only have 2 seasons.
Nice little day.
How's your little man? How's the little guy?
Oh, he doing good, man. He doing good. He a little bit sick too, but it ain't nothing serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, definitely got to make sure he's straight.
Yeah.
Were you able to get him? I can't get him over. You said Armstead Jonathan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man, I'm so ready to see Chase. I'm so ready to see Chase Young tomorrow, man.
You got it.
Man, now, like I said,
that game should come on in your area.
I want to shot the link to him, man.
Will that game should come on in your area tomorrow morning? It's the feature game on Fox in the morning.
Oh, okay.
All right. It's Brooklyn in the house. Give it up for my man, 49er Jeff. What's up, Jeff? Also, I wanted to let you guys know, Real Talkers and the viewers, we thank you and appreciate you guys for supporting the content. Just, bear with us, and I need you guys to be patient with me. My soundboard is on crack. No offense to anyone who's ever smoked crack. My soundboard's on crack, and it's kind of got its mind of its own and doing what it wants to do. So this is where, yeah. So I watch some playbacks, and I'm hitting around applause and no applause. Yeah, man. You gotta put that respect out there. Gotta put that respect out there, man. So, what's up, Ski?
Oh, none. I'll just say y'all say no to drugs too. Say no to drugs.
Yeah. Nancy Reagan said it. She put it out there. If anybody know who Nancy Reagan is, I forgot this era.
You're cutting your years short.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a double-edged sword. She said just say no while her husband was supporting the Sandinistas. So
talking about burning the candle from both ends, Right. Yeah, man. So let's talk, man. What we gonna do about what's still with Brock, man? Like, what's going on, man? What we gonna do? We got to win this game, brothers.
Man,
we need this dub.
Man, listen. I was trying to preach this. I was trying to preach this before the season started.
Let me jump in first, right quick, man.
I can't talk about it because it's part of my matchup of the week. So,
Then,
so
Go ahead.
So look, a lot of blame can be passed around. You know, some people say offense, some people say defense, coach, and XYZ. Fact of the matter is, it all got to get better. You know what I'm saying? And we can spend all day pointing fingers and shit. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna change nothing. But speaking of change, it got to change. And everybody talking about, oh, Wilkes need to be on the goddamn sideline. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. If he's on the sideline but still making bad calls, I mean, and players still missing assignments, missing tackles. I mean, yeah, Kyle Shanahan been on the sideline the whole time, and you know what I'm saying? You know, so I don't really think the core of it was where he was calling the game from. It's just a matter of them getting on the same page, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you can tell.
I think with him being on the sideline,
it's been. When the last time y'all watched our defense? Okay, last time meaning before the last 3 weeks. So when the last time y'all really been watching the game, it was like, well, God damn, can we get a stop? I mean, how do we beg for a stop? You know, it's to the point where we like, well, God damn, can we just get one stop?
All been saying that the past
can we get off the field on one play?
I mean,
great time for a bye.
I know I complained about tackling because there were surely some missed tackles.
So you know,
tons of them.
Man, the last 3 games, man, I got Jim O'Neil vibes. You know, from the defense. I mean, when Jim O'Neil was here, we had the worst defense in the league. But I'm gonna say this:
you know
Silverado is absolutely right on everything he said. But like I said, man, before the season started, everybody was hyped up about Brock Purdy. Now, this is no shot at Brock Purdy. This statement is no shot at Brock Purdy.
This is true.
It's just being real. I said before the season, everybody was getting on the Purdy train when we didn't know what he was a full season. We didn't know how he was going to be with his arm. We didn't know how he was going to be when players are out. And we didn't know how Brock Purdy was going to respond when we had to come from behind in games. And we've seen so far these past 3 games that some of our star players was out. Besides the Cleveland game, I give him the Cleveland game because Debo and CMC was out and he was able to drive us down the field.
Yeah, he went through some stuff there. But
but
still had a chance to win that. We still had. We had the best chance to win that.
Yeah, he drove us down the field without weapons to put us in position. But the Minnesota game and the Cincinnati game, those 2 games we played from behind. And Debo was out, Trent Williams was out. So you had star players that was out. And in both of those games, we had to play from behind. And when Brock Purdy tried to lead us to victory to come from behind, he choked on both games. So those 2 games should tell everyone that you have to slow down when you come to these guys that's coming out playing well and they only have they just got into the league. And they're winning games, but you haven't seen a full sample size because they haven't gone through all the hurdles. Now Brock Purdy has went through all the hurdles. Now you see that Brock Purdy, he choked when players are out.
Well,
he choked when players come from when you have to come from behind. Let's be honest. The last 2 games we had to come from behind, and he threw 2 dumb interceptions. He did in the Cincinnati game and also in the Vikings game. I mean, those.
All right, y'all.
There you go.
I'm sorry, Dollar.
Yeah.
Let's give it up for
what up, Jay? What up, John?
What up?
Friends of the channel and Real Talker Jonathan Armstead. Welcome to the Real Talk 90 Talk, sir.
Welcome, sir.
What's up, fellas? How can y'all hear me?
We can hear you pretty well.
My man, John.
Hey, Dollar, you ready to finish your name? I'm sorry, I just want to bring the brother in.
Oh no, you good. No, you good. But I'm saying, I mean, it's all everybody's to blame. Like from the defense ain't playing like they're supposed to do, missing tackles. You know, getting gassed in the run by the run, all that type of stuff. They not themselves. And the offense side of the ball, we drawing flags.
It's kind of exaggerated though, because when the offense has done the things they needed to do these past 3 weeks, the defense gets toasted. When the defense, especially in that Cincinnati game, made critical stops, we gave the ball right back to him. That's why the focus is on Purdy. At this point in his career, he needs a complementary system. He's not a guy that can go down in the fourth quarter and win you on the last drive. He hasn't proven that yet. Maybe he will over time, but that's not where he is right now. So he needs complementary football. So he needs the run game to work for him in order to be successful with the pass. If we're one-dimensional, we are in trouble.
Right. And that falls on Kyle too. Kyle, like, what are you doing? You know our foundation. Our foundation is running the rock. You haven't been running the rock.
We're running the ball horribly.
Some of that blame goes to Kyle too. Like, you have to run the rock. That's what we do. We run the rock, and he's been going away from that.
We'll get into that later too.
Bad situations.
We'll get into that too later.
Now Kyle out. Okay, yeah, all right. Well, you're right. I'm gonna say that, but John, you've been real candid on the issues with the offense, the defense, my brother. So go ahead. Hey, the floor is yours, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Let's hear it, my dog. You know what I'm talking about? John, finna go off here.
Let's go.
Go ahead, John.
Well, my big thing is that this team has been ran pretty much by the defense since Kyle been there. You know, I mean, we had Stagger play with Jimmy G. Defense steps up each and every year. You know, it's always the defense. These boys, our core has been there. You know, so we played 5 games good. You know, defense has been lights out. Offense has been putting up 30 points a game. Brock Purdy hasn't been making the Jimmy G decisions that just been giving the ball back, which, I mean, I think we're used to our defense bailing us out all the time. So we have Brock Purdy. I mean, Brock Purdy's been, I mean, we all know I was Trey Lance all down. I think this should have been his season, but that's not here or there. Brock Purdy's been making all of the decisions, the good decisions. So after this time, you know, he's young, and Kyle kind of took the handcuffs off of him. He felt he didn't have to put him in these positions to where, you know, he had to handcuff him, and the defense was kind of used to that too. Well, I mean, now we're 5-0. Everybody's, you know, telling us that we're the team to beat, so teams got to come play us pretty serious. You know, they don't come play us pretty serious. You're going to get your feelings hurt, or you're going to get your body hurt, and or both. You know, so I think teams were kind of more prepared, and our defense kind of got a little lackluster where they were on their heels, you know, a little bit. But when you look at the total outcome of the game, first half, second half adjustments, you know, overall, I think the defense kind of stepped up and kept us in a position to win, as they always did. I mean, it didn't look as pretty as we normally was used to it, but, I mean, we were in those games. And when it comes to Cleveland game, okay, we were in that game, and Moody missed a field goal. Okay, he's a rookie. We can give him that, you know, but we still are really chomping on the defense like, wait a minute, y'all, you know, they only scored 19 points. Well, the problem is that we missed that field goal and we lost that game. Point blank, bottom line. Minnesota Vikings game. Kirk Cousins I mean, he may not be the best quarterback in the world, but he is a pretty seasoned quarterback. You know what I mean? We can't take that from him, and he knows how to command an offense. I mean, he has multiple 4,000-yard seasons. He's not the best, but he's definitely a complimentary quarterback. You know, and he kept the ball out of our hands. We couldn't get the ball from him. The plays that our corners missed. I know, Dom, you hard on Travaris Ward, but I mean, he wasn't burnt.
Really hard on Travaris Ward.
Yeah, even if you said it, he wasn't burnt though. You know what I mean? He might have got beaten a couple plays. He took him an interception, and Addison come back and took him back. I mean, but he wasn't just cooked on any of those plays. You know, so.
Well, Jonathan, let me ask you this: I couldn't tell who was the veteran, who's been in the league longer. If you tell me, Addison looked like a 10-year vet out there.
Well, he's getting trained by Justin Jefferson too. So a lot of the stuff that Justin
don't even have 10 years himself.
Huh?
I said, who doesn't have 10 years himself?
Yeah, but that boy.
Let's just
I mean, those are pretty high quality receivers. They're not.
Oh, he went out.
Quality of work. Those are still the best receivers in the league. You know what I mean? I know they're not.
Just come right back in. You hear me? If you get disconnected, just come right back.
Okay, good. But I mean,
we had our big debate last week was on my opinion of defense.
Okay, last week was
Not last week, the week before last. I'm sorry, the week before last. To which you disagree with. Now, I drove to work and I listened to that show, and I still feel the same way. Like
Cincinnati.
What I said, and I'm going to tell you word verbatim. Because I watched the tape over my words. What I said is, I play defense. If I prevent you from scoring, if I give you a hard time to score, I got a shot. I didn't say I never said I would win. I said I want a shot. Now, a shot equates to what? An opportunity, not an outcome.
Right.
So give me an opportunity. If you're playing defense and you're holding it down, even though Brock is struggling, we're still in the game because even though he's not scoring, neither are you. So I got a shot. But if I'm going out there every possession and I'm giving up yards and I can't get off the field every damn series, how can we possibly win?
Well, if you go back to if you want to get to the Cincinnati game, I mean, they came up with 2 quick scores on us. Bam, bam, 14-0. So we got to play from behind. I mean, we don't like any of that, of course. So when you make your halftime adjustments and you come back in the second half, I mean, if you look at the game from that time, I mean, the defense started, trying to, I mean, come on, you've been punched in the face a couple times. You kind of a little woozy, but at the same time, they still stepped up and started giving us the ball back. I mean, and Brock Purdy was, I mean, the offense was doing complimentary. I know we don't have our stars, but that's going to happen. But overall, the defense was putting us in a position to where we can win. And the biggest problem that I had with it, I guess, is because all over the place you're just hearing defense, Wilkes all of a sudden, and we're not going to the fact of what lost us that game.
Well, no, we don't. Don't think by any means I'm giving the offense a pass. Of course not. But what I'm saying is, if the defense listen, regardless to what the offense is doing, if the defense is solid, we got a chance to win that game. For instance, Jimmy G. Let's go 2019. Oh, God. He threw 4 turnovers. He had 4 turnovers. Was it 4 picks? Were they 4 picks against Pittsburgh?
Yep.
You were at that game, Kev. 4 was it picks? Were there 4 picks against Pittsburgh with Jimmy G in 19?
It's 3 or 4. I got to go back and look.
Right. Yeah. No, Kev was there. I'm asking you, Kev. Kev, can you hear me?
Turnovers. No, some of them turnovers.
How many turnovers?
Some of them turnovers was fumbles too.
Yeah, it was.
We fumbled the ball a lot that game too.
It was 5 turnovers and 4 interceptions. 5 total turnovers. 1 was a fumble, and then 4 interceptions.
Dang, Jimmy threw 4. He did.
God,
well, let me ask everybody on this panel. With that being said, we still won the game, right? And what won the game?
Listen. I was at that game, and I remember that distinctly.
But Kev, you were at that game. What did the defense do? They gave us an opportunity to win the game by getting the ball back. Regardless of how shitty the offense was playing, the defense just did their fucking job. And that's all I'm saying here. Pardon my
That's
all I'm saying here.
They did do their job.
Yeah, but Jonathan, in any sport, listen
what he's saying is they did do their job in the second half. I mean, we gave the ball right back in the red zone.
Okay, we'll give them that. They did their job in the second half. And by then, this boy was already cooking. He was already in the rhythm. When did they finally stop him? He had 19 straight completions. When did they stop him, brother? If I'm champion, you got to stop at some point.
But at one point in time, I mean, a couple of those games, Brock Purdy had like 14 or 15 completions before they were able to stop him. I mean, what I'm saying is he was cooking too.
He didn't walk away with the win. He didn't walk away with the win, and he didn't do it soon enough.
The defense did tighten up in the second half of the Bengals game. They gave us a shot.
So exactly.
But Purdy just turned the ball over twice, man.
So that's what I'm saying. Right. So you saying like you compare that.
You said 31-17. Okay, we lost 31-17, but you know that didn't truly dictate the score.
The score was 17-10 when Brock Purdy threw the first interception. That was in the fourth quarter. The score was 17-10. Brock Purdy rolled off to the right, and he threw that bonehead interception to where it hit to the lineman. Okay, the defense forgave that. Okay, good. This was the fourth quarter. Right. So the defense forgave that good. The defense stopped them and gave the ball back to Brock Purdy in the red zone. What Brock Purdy did with that one, the very next play, he threw an interception on 1st and 10. You can't win like that. And what happened the very next play, right after they gave him right back the ball, that's when he threw that touchdown in the forum. And that made the score 20. That's what made the score 21-10. We give the ball back. 24-10. Right. So the offense got the ball back again, and that's when Brock Purdy made that good drive, and he ended up getting to 17. We get the ball back again. The defense gave the ball back to them again. No, I'm sorry. That's what iced the game right there. When we got the ball back then, and they scored 31. Then Brock Purdy got the ball and he fumbled at the end. So
listen, we didn't say the offense didn't make their mistakes. We're not saying that.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is the defense has got to hold us and they got to do a better job at
and like you said, another thing about that
getting off the field, because it's what it does. It's kind of productive on both ends. I mean, now they're not getting off the field. They're getting winded, and in the meantime, these guys are putting up points, man.
Don, you right. As a whole, the defense has to play better, especially Isaiah Oliver. That man is a weak.
Oh man, hopefully I don't want to see his number no more.
Please don't mention that name. Oh my God,
he's a weak link. Now I have to give him his props for being a good run defender, but when it comes to the pass defense,
I don't even want him as a run defender. That's not what he's there for. He's
the problem.
Every slot receiver that's gone against him has burnt him.
Womack
back.
Womack is back.
He was a great run defender in Atlanta. He's a great.
That was
defender.
Atlanta. We don't give a damn about the Dirty Birds.
I know, but in San Francisco, he been stopping people versus the run too. But he just ain't good. He's just not good in pass defense.
Well, see, the problem with that is too. I tend to give Isaiah Oliver a little slack on that.
Pass coverage is a liability.
I mean, he get burnt. He just get burnt.
It's a liability, but y'all got to remember that's the same position.
You know what makes it worse? That's one of Wilkes' brothers. Wilkes brought him over.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we lost Jimmy Wolf.
I'm excited to see Luter. I know that was a guy Wilkes was real big on. He's a rookie. I'm excited to see what he does. They got him ready to roll him and Womack. So
that position still is a hard position, though. You see, they're not.
But see, we get that.
Hey,
but my brother, that is their job in a nutshell.
Too,
like, for instance, like I'm Luter coming back. Huh? Yeah, I like Luter too. I'm excited. I'm excited about him. I want to see what the guy can do. But what I want to get it, what I also wanted to say was, I'm going to lighten up on Wilkes a little bit because let me give a shout out to my man, Jason Aponte.
Oh yes, sir.
What up, Jason? What's up, bro?
Jason put out some pretty good stuff on Wilkes. He was like, well, people got to realize is with his career, he's only called plays twice. As long as he's been in the league, he's only called plays. He's really inexperienced at that. He called plays twice. Other than that, he was just a specialty coach. Defensive back.
Specialty to be in the
he never really, so when you think about it, when you compose the two.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I've been saying.
I didn't know that prior to that.
He's not experienced DC. He's not a very experienced DC at all.
No.
He's a secondary guy. You feel me? Yeah.
But this is what makes it worse, Kev. This is what makes it worse.
He's a secondary guy.
Not just is he a very experienced DC, and he doesn't know the wide nine. He doesn't know the system we run. He's not familiar with it. Never ran it in his life. Why would the organization hire a guy like this, knowing the role, knowing what this season means to us? This is a Super Bowl window. We're trying to get it done now. I think that in itself is kind of risky, even a little irresponsible, if you will.
Well, I mean,
look at the choices
similar to the scheme. He's similar to the scheme. Like that's the scheme. That's what scheme. He's familiar with that scheme. So I mean, they're not going to get somebody that runs a 3-4 and bring them over here. So they're going to bring in somebody that's familiar with the scheme that we always been running. So that's why they brought him in here. And,
but that's the thing, Dollar. They didn't do that because he's not familiar with the wide nine. He's not familiar.
A good explanation of the wide nine.
Fangio was a 34 guy. While we went.
Well, I mean, he's familiar with the 4-3 scheme. The wide nine, like you said, he may not.
It's not his thing.
But yeah,
so if you started, like I told Kev,
familiar with the 4-3 scheme, but the wide nine, I don't know.
Well, you should. I'm gonna give you the same analogy. You work in the office. If the office that you're working in, if they run Windows, but you're not familiar with Windows, you're used to Mac.
Mm-hmm.
What's your chances of getting that job? You can't look. You can't squeeze a square into a round hole. You can't put a square peg in a round hole, man. And that's kind of like what we're doing here with Wilkes. That's that's how I feel.
Since you used the office analogy, let me bring one up as well.
Okay.
He got the job, and you see he's deficient in one area. Do you let him sink, or as a company, do you bring him together so he learns? What's wrong with a coach not learning as the season progresses? We expect that from players. We got Johnny Holland, still the linebacker coach. You got Chris Kasarik, still the line coach. Help his ass out this season.
Well, they don't have a choice. They don't have a choice at this point. Yeah. You gonna go out now and get a new DC?
No, we don't. We don't have a choice.
But you don't want your DC. You don't want to be in week 10.
As a unit as a whole,
you don't want your DC in week 10. You don't want your DC in week 10 admitting that he doesn't really know what's going on. It's not a good place to be in.
No, that's not a good look. But now
that he didn't know what was going on,
meaning he's still learning. I'm still learning. He actually said that in one of his pressers. I'm still learning about here too. I understand.
That was a weak move.
Listen, I understand that.
I'm saying the same thing, man. I mean, everybody is always in a learning position. I mean, I wouldn't hold too much heart into that because I mean everybody is adjusting as the season go on. I mean, you don't come into a brand new team with a brand new scheme and a brand new family and not call yourself getting us familiar with everything that's going on. That's what I didn't read learning how to be a DC.
And that's why
listen to what I'm saying. I understand there's going to be nuances and little things like that he's going to have to pick up on, and as he gets himself together. But this is a little much, man. I know what I saw.
We're 5-3, and we're 5-3, and we really haven't the defense up until the last 3 games. The defense was not on the radar at all. Defense was like number 1 for 5 games straight. It wasn't like
thank God for Baltimore. We're still in first place, but I will say this: we went 5 straight games, then bam, we got a 3-game slide. Somebody's got to have an answer for something.
I mean, it wasn't like they was giving up 30 or 40 points a game, or they just was getting blown out of the game. I mean, it still was actually, good football that was being played. The defense wasn't just letting them just run all up and down the field, scoring all kind of points to where the offense was really struggling. I mean, we were running the ball practically 40 times.
That's not true.
I got to disagree with you there. The points might not have mattered, but teams were getting 300-something, 400-something, 500-something yards on that defense the past 3 games.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at some of them earlier games, at one point you had the offense, and actually in the game it was said that the offense was really hoping that the defense would stay on the field a little bit longer because they were getting too many 3-and-outs and the offense was tired. They really said that. They was like, well, now, I mean, this defense is stopping everybody so much that, I mean, the offense really needs some breaks to where they can take some breaks, so they need to hold the ball longer. It's all about a balance that we're looking for, and that balance was disrupted.
Exactly. We're on the field too often.
Yeah, because if you want to run the ball, let me explain what I'm talking about real quick. I mean, this was literally said in the game. You can watch the Giants game for sure, and they said it. Chris Collinsworth is the one that actually said that this comes out of a report of our team. So, I mean, no, it's there. I didn't make it up. It's there. You can look it up. But what I'm saying is,
I'm going to do that.
If you want to look it up, you watch the game. It's there. But it's a balance. They may have said it in the first half, too. But if you're looking for a balance to where you want time of possession and you want efficiency. So the defense was giving up a lot of time of possession, but they wasn't giving up scores. Meaning they were bending and they were breaking. Before Deebo Samuel got hurt, Trent Williams got hurt, we run the ball very efficiently, and that's where that time of possession starts to add up. That was taken from the equation, and the ball was put in Brock Purdy's hands a little bit more, and that's what messed a lot with that time of possession. And not to mention the defense have been on their heels. I cannot take that from you and say the defense haven't been on their heels the last 3 games. Teams been kind of punching us. But I'm saying they wasn't the reason that we was losing these games. That's my major point right there. If the defense wasn't the factor that made us lose these games, they probably bent and they probably took a little bit of beating. But that wasn't the reason they lost these games. And none of them showed up on the injury report. But you can't say that they probably wasn't injured. That's 8 straight games. You're going into the first half of the season. I'm sure it was a little bit of nicks and knacks and bruises that they were dealing with. They just wasn't complaining with. But just because you're not complaining with, you can't assume that it wasn't there. You know what I mean? We didn't blitz a whole lot. Hufanga My major point with Wilkes' defense is that Hufanga has been completely out of the game. He's lining them boys up way too far back, and by the time Hufanga took a lot of risks last season. Hufanga did a lot of blitz. He was on that front line a good bit, and he was making a lot of interceptions and making a lot of tackles. The problem was that he was getting caught, and they were burning him some. So Wilkes eliminated that, but he got him more as a free safety. Him and Gibson, they're back there way deep. So I expect this week him to step him up some to where Hufanga is more playing like a Palomalu. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. So you're saying that
blitzing a lot?
Wilkes is struggling to learn his personnel.
Well, I'm thinking
it has to be one or the other.
I would agree with that, and I think that's why him being on the bench this week is only going to help him.
I think it helps him. I don't think you bring him down to the field, all of a sudden he becomes this great coordinator. I don't think that.
I don't think it's going to happen overnight, but he has a better understanding, and he gets better as it's.
Look, my concern is I don't want to fall behind. With this record and in the standings, I don't want to fall behind while we have an advantage going, while we got some momentum going.
Well, let me say this. I mean, when Wilkes took over the job in Carolina, he had to be on the sideline because he was the interim head coach, and they was winning games when he was there.
Right. And that defense was stout.
Right.
Yeah, he was able to be
right.
Okay, but what he did over there, honestly, don't mean shit. Don't mean shit to me. Well, he's got to do it here with us under the red and gold.
I
want to see it here.
I don't think
that's like these motherfuckers who lead the team get traded. They come over here, stink it up, and they get traded and go elsewhere inside they want the ball. I hate that. I hate when that happens.
And I don't think it was Chris Collinsworth that made that those comments. I think it was Kirk Herbstreit.
But we got
that was the Thursday night game.
But at the end of the day,
everybody remembers Chris Collinsworth because he's a bitter bitch losing 2 Super Bowls against us.
But at the end of the day, you can't nail Wilkes. You can't nail Wilkes to the cross when you're out there missing tackles. You can't nail Wilkes to the cross.
That's true.
When you're
they
not
still should execute.
Toward the football. You can't nail them. You can't nail them to the cross when you're out there know what you're doing, getting burnt. Number 26. I mean, you can't put that on him. So I mean,
which is why Kev said there's enough blame to go around because I said the same thing on offense. You can't blame Kyle Shanahan for throwing interceptions. He called the right play.
From the coach.
Because Elijah Mitchell gets that ball when that by 30, if he gets that ball to
I'm gonna tell you something else. I'm gonna tell you something else. Nobody talking about, and unless I missed it, something else say nobody talking about yet. I don't give a fuck if Wilkes is in the booth or Wilkes is on the sideline. If y'all looking for Wilkes to be D'Amico Ryans or Robert Salah, that's not how he rock. He's not high energy like that. So that's what you're looking for. You're not going to get that out of the Wilkes.
Look, at the end of the day, I think that was weak anyway to say, okay, we'll make him come down from the booth.
How he coach.
Listen, plenty of successful guys have coordinated from the booth. Kyle himself coordinated from the booth. He wasn't on the field.
Right.
So to say that's it, I think that's weak.
Yeah,
I know I've been on this like a decal, but I'm not going to be unfair and say that now. Well, if he come down, maybe he'll do a better job. I think it's just schematically.
I mean, the only way why I look at this as an itty bitty tiny little plus is because
great point, twin. Great point.
If Wilkes is on the field, if Wilkes on the field, the defense can, once that series is over with, they can go to the sideline and tell Wilkes, hey, this is what's going on. They doing this.
That he can't get from the booth. Right.
And they can make the adjustments. That's the only thing. That's the only reason why I give it a small little plus is because it can be more. Right. It can be more communication with coaches and players face to face, so the players can let him know what's going on out there on the field.
Right.
Well, I also think him being on the sidelines, he knows more of the tendencies. It's hard to judge the tendencies when you're up there on a glass booth. I think 1 week over there and then send him back upstairs, he'll have a better understanding of how things work and he'll be able to adjust accordingly. I'm not expecting him to go on an undefeated streak after this.
Right. You got some people really think that's the answer to it.
Right.
I think it was all of them, though. Me. Special teams was giving up big gashes on kickoff returns, giving the ball to them.
I'm a
I can't hear you, Kev. You cut out.
Hey, I'm gonna bring Twin on right quick too, man. Twin got some real good points, man. So if y'all mind if I bring Twin on too. So I'm gonna bring Twin on right quick too.
Come on.
Yes, I would say I blame them all because I see some gashes that the special teams was giving up bad field positions. I saw Booty missing field goals all over the place. Like I say, Brock Purdy started looking a little stagnant. Ayuk missed a couple of balls. Kittle missed a couple of balls. Couple of few blocks was missed all over the place. You know, it wasn't just one. It was some good passes that Purdy, had to eat. And the defense was on their heels. Plus, we were out of they got us in a couple of personnel decisions. See, because when Oliver is in there, we're going to that nickel package. When Burks is in there, we're going into more of a one-stop packages, and a lot of times they mixed that up and got us out of our personnel causes. So really, I saw enough blame overall. I think we just were cocky overall, and we were caught on our heels a couple of games, and teams were coming ready to throw them blows. So
let me ask you this: do you think Kyle's shit has been figured out? Maybe it could be that.
No, if Kyle's offensively, if Brock Purdy don't get his stuff together,
he's running the ball like shit since Dallas.
I say this. I think teams are figuring it out because the interceptions that you see Brock Purdy throw, where are they located? Where are those interceptions located?
Of course. Just like Jimmy used to do.
In the middle.
That's what I'm saying. So it's Jimmy again if you don't change something right.
Right in the middle of the field because
and that's Kyle. And if that's it, that's Kyle.
Is that Kyle or is that the inability of him to read coverages?
That's Kyle.
It could be
it's Brock.
It's Brock's. Listen, it's Brock as far as execution goes, but it's Kyle as far as the scheme.
Yeah, I mean, you only can do it with the type of style quarterback you have. So he's running the same system that he was running with Jimmy G because that's the same system. But Brock Purdy wasn't making the mistakes that Jimmy G was making. You see what I'm saying?
Listen, that was before he was getting rushed. When you put Brock under pressure, he does the same shit. He's going to force shit.
Right.
But everybody knows
Dallas exposed that, man. I'm telling you. After the Dallas game, look the same way. Everything to the middle. Nothing to the sidelines. Nothing to the outside.
Right.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Kyle Shanahan's offense always attacks the middle of the field.
Yes.
And if you can't throw outside the numbers or down the field, and you only take that certain area, teams are going to pick up that, and you're going to get turnover.
What do I always
running the ball?
Well, I don't know, man, because Brock Purdy did some good rollouts too now.
Yeah, he do.
When you're running the ball effectively, the middle opens up. We have been running the ball.
Right. They've got a point. They've got a point. That's why our main thing is run the ball. If we can run the ball well every game, that the passing game is going to open up and it's going to make it easy for him. But we got to run the ball. Kyle can't move off from that. He just can't. Even when we're in a bind, you still pound the ball. Run the rock. Even when we're in a
All right, y'all. Let's give it up for Twin Empire.
You still pound the ball. Run the rock. Hello, Twin.
Let's give it up for Twin Empire.
My brother Twin.
What's going on, Twin?
What up?
What's up, man?
Twin out here looking like J. Cole.
What's cracking?
Y'all hear me?
Hey, man. So, what'd you say, Twin, in your last message? You were saying you didn't like how they put, they burnt.
Yes, sir.
But
this
is in all fairness, brother. This is in all fairness, no disrespect. Did you really think Kyle's gonna eat that?
It ain't about him eating it, man. It's about us. First,
it is because
everybody. How y'all doing, man?
It is. If we're coaching as a unit, if it's on me, it's on me. I got to own that.
For sure.
He's not going to own that. He's always had a fall guy. Jimmy was his fall guy for years. Now he's going to make Wilkes the fall guy. He's going to make Brock the fall guy. He's always got a fall guy. At the end of the day, brother, you're the one putting together these schemes. So when do you ever stop and say to myself, well, you know what, maybe I could have schemed a little differently? He didn't even do it when Brock got hurt. When he put that tight end out there on my man, he didn't even come clean about that. Oh, this happens all the time in football. Come on, man. That was who was that coming off the edge that hurt Brock?
But hey, at the same time, this is what I tell folk, man. How is that he keep getting away with this where we always not y'all? I'm just saying in general. We go shift to the defense. Yeah, we're gonna shift everything to the defense. It's like, hold on, man. The media always keep giving them passes. Hey, Wilkes, and I didn't like how they disrespected my man. If he was wrong, that's cool, but you don't sit there and set that man out there in public and just let him go. You know what I'm saying? You got your defensive player of the year saying they ain't like what he's doing. You saying you don't like what he's doing. It's 2 weeks in a row for Cincinnati game, and then also the next game, he like, well, I don't know what he doing. I don't know what he doing. It's like, bro, time out. When you make
he did do that. That was a sucker move. He did.
Like, and as a brother, we already knew the brother go get his. You know what? You see what I'm saying?
Look what he did to Trey. Should any of this surprise y'all? Look what he did to Trey.
Yeah, but my thing is,
I'm looking for the first brother to blame, man.
That's what I'm saying. Because, like, at the end of the day, my man's been sitting around here getting away scot-free. You know what I'm saying? Unless he got Jenny Crocker somewhere, or what that man name, Johnny Crocker, and came out the grave. He just got dog on public defender or something. He keep getting all these passes. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, recipe Johnny Cochran.
Hey, this man been the head coach since 2017, been the offensive coordinator since then. He's the G. Why all of a sudden we got a new dude coming in here and we will put all the responsibility on the new guy when the OC, who's a genius, who daddy's been in this thing for years, gets the hand pass away once again? You see what I'm saying? It's
hey, brother Twin, just so you know, I stopped calling him a genius years ago. He ain't no damn genius.
But see, that's the public narrative.
You know, right? That's the air quotes. There you go. He ain't no damn genius.
You know what I'm saying?
You ain't a genius till you actually win.
You ain't a genius till you get a ring, my man. Get a ring.
Get a ring.
Get a ring. Man. You can't be among the greatest, minds in the game of football, but yet you blew 2 Super Bowls. Come on, man. That man should be up 2 Super Bowls by now.
For sure. And even with that defense, man, for them 2 games, Cleveland, they had multiple opportunities. They had a turnover early in the game. We didn't capitalize on it. Now, we always talk about, hey, defense, do something, help us out. But when you get in the red zone, you don't necessarily do what you need to do. But then people forget because it was in the first half, because everybody like to remember what happened in the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Opportunities in the Vikings game. Lenore, first quarter interception. Pick the ball off. Here y'all go. In the red zone once again, because they say the defense.
You're right.
These are 2 games we traveled on the way. We ain't even at Levi's. We up there in Minnesota. Hey, here you go, offense. Blah, 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 blah. Fumble. You see what I'm saying? Then also you shift the momentum. We all know when you're away, you need momentum on your side once you get it. But if you turn that joker right back to the opposing team, and they catch fire, they catch lightning in the bottle, and they know this is a what type of lead? A passing lead. So they see the boy Mooney Ward. Shout out to my boy Mooney from Mississippi, straight out 601 representative. People forget that he's been hurt since the offseason. He has a heel issue. His heel been bad since week 1. If you are a man-to-man press cover corner and you can't man up because your heel bad and you got to play a soft zone because you can't turn and run, you know what I'm finna do as a goddamn offensive coordinator, bro? Hey, bro, you finna get that work today. I'm finna work you out like a Billy Blanks Ty Boat back in the 90s. We finna get you double time. You see what I'm saying? And they kept pounding that boy. They're like, why he reaching? Bro, he hurting. You see what I'm saying? That's why you got to help them people out on the opposing side. But
on the back end. Well, what happens with that press man coverage, what ends up happening is, if you can't, like you said, if you can't keep up, you're going to get burnt right over the top. And that seemed to, well, both of them guys were struggling with him. I ain't going to lie to you. The rookie, not just Mooney, Lenore too. He was going from side. He was giving both of them work.
What I'm saying, even if you go tit for tat, see, the way I watch it is I go series for series, or I go offense versus defense to see who does what. Because we're talking about the plays where they probably got beat on, but we don't really talk about the plays that they actually did successful. You know what I mean? The boys was playing some pretty good football overall. Isaiah Oliver, Lenoir, and Mooney Ward, bro. They got targeted a whole lot of targets, and they got beat on some plays. But if you put out the overall grade report, you still got to give them boys some good grades. They didn't get toasted, but they did a little bit. But overall, they had some good defense in there.
But I'm gonna say this to you, Jonathan. Don't take no disrespect to this. What you're saying, that's that moral victory shit. I don't believe in moral victories. Okay, we lost, but we tried hard. Everybody tried hard. At some point, you got to get off the field. They couldn't get off the field, brother.
They were getting off the field, though.
Even as bad as we looked at
them. I mean, you saw some gas plays that added up to
Kirk Mahomes for a reason. These dudes couldn't get a Kirk Mahomes. That's probably the best game of his life. And that he'll ever have against this team.
Man, that's so overstated, man. Kirk
Cousins is not a good. He's not a good quarterback. Y'all give him credit. He's not that good.
But Don, even in that game, they had the ball in the red zone the last 2 minutes, and we still held them to a field goal. So we did give us a chance to win that game.
That's all you got to ask for your defense. Like, I mean, look at the. Oh, you said moral victories, right? You said moral victories. We say we don't have moral victories around here. Well, look at the doggone Jaguars. You telling me that
you can't get through life for believing in moral victories, man? Come on, moral victories, really?
Well, I mean, no, I'm saying you do that word. I'm asking. I'm going with that
because you're saying that these guys like you're still trying to make an argument for them that they did such a great stellar job and they didn't.
I didn't say great stellar job. I said they did a great job. They did okay.
You're right. I exaggerated that point.
Right. I'm not saying they did a great stellar job. I'm saying they shouldn't be jumped on like. They should be looking for their next replacement. They didn't play that bad, man.
Could we get off the field in Minnesota?
Could we get off the? No, Minnesota slowed the clock down and kept our offense off the field. That was a strategy. Short passes. The short passes.
They applied after what? It was a strategy that they applied after what?
That was a strategy after looking at what how we were beating teams. Because how we were beating teams, we was running it down their throat and eating all the clock up with time possessions, and we was getting successful scores on offense. So when we were
we still could have had a chance to win that game, but Pretty just kept.
All those games we had a chance to win. Every one of those games came down to the fourth quarter. So if they coming down to the fourth quarter, no matter if you got beat up all game long, you gave your team a chance to come to the fourth quarter. If that was any quarterback or any offense that really is winning Super Bowls, those quarterbacks and those offenses are stepping up. Patrick Mahomes is going to step up. Josh Allen is debatable. Tom Brady is going to step up.
Now you tell me
right. So, and when we get that ball in that position, I mean, the defense is probably going to look at the film. They're going to be like, "Oh man, we got our ass kicked this doggone day, but we still won this day because the offense bailed us out." We can say that, but now we can.
Listen, I want you to slow down and listen to yourself. Now, you said I said something that was exaggerated. I think you did. To expect Brock to give us a performance of a Patrick Mahomes is out of line.
I didn't know. I'm saying I'm trying to give examples of the type of quarterback
you can't make the example with those. That's a bad comparison.
Okay, let's go to Jared Goff.
Somebody on Brock's level.
Let's go to Jared Goff. We can go to They got other quarterbacks that's been coming up with these games towards the end when you got them in the right position. I mean, we still had Christian McCaffrey that we could have dealt with. We still had Kittle. We still had plays that we can do, and he was in there and he showed that he can make these plays.
He can't run the ball. Can't you see? He's not running. We're not running the ball well. That's why That's why everything is starting. You're getting this domino.
So that's not the defense's fault that we can't. That is not the defense's fault that we can't run the ball well. That is not. The players are going to get hurt. We can say we didn't run the ball well. Then that means to say, offense, you better run the doggone ball a little bit better.
That's
okay, but Purdy, they taking the running game. You know what? If the teams do not take our running game from us, they know they have
this team. What's 49er football? Ground and pound and play defense, solid defense. That's 49er football. So
you still got to throw the ball. You still got to throw the ball at least sometimes, though. You ground pound the ball. I would agree with you though. We should, and that has a lot to do with Christian McCaffrey, I think. See, Kyle Shanahan, I don't think he's in charge of rotating players in and out. And Christian McCaffrey is a bull. So as long as he's feeling healthy, he's gonna run his behind out there to go for the next play. And we probably need somebody to tell him to sit out this series to rest yourself and let some of these other boys get opportunities to run the ball. That's probably the way you see a Jordan Mason come in one play.
I love Jordan Mason.
Or you'll see, I'm saying that you can put him in for one play, but it's Christian McCaffrey.
That's on Kyle. Get the ball to somebody else. I love Jordan Mason. You talking about
I don't think Kyle makes those type of decisions. I think that may be somebody else that need to tell him to sit his behind down for this series.
Yeah,
you know
what I'm saying?
Hold on, like who? Who gonna tell him?
I mean, you got the running back coach. They got a lot of people on that sideline. I mean, Kyle is not hands on with all of that. You know what I'm saying? Some things you got to delegate to the rest of your team. They probably haven't even noticed that.
That's not going to work because just as Kev said all along, Kyle would rather lose his way than to win your way. So I
don't know, man. Things kind of happen when you're in the game, and you probably goes in front of this game plan and say, okay, we want more of an even balanced run attack, and we probably want to give cut that light on. And you probably want to give some of these other boys more of a chance to run the ball. But every time you hit the sideline, Christian McCaffrey, I'm good, I'm ready to go. I'm good, I'm ready to go. I was that type of player. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get out the doggone game if I ain't hurt or nothing like that. You know, and I can see other players in the same way.
That's when the head coach has to take authority and save the player from himself.
Somebody else, but you can't put some things got to be delegated. I mean, you're going to always have slip.
I think
you
something
know,
else that nobody.
Go ahead, Kev.
Issue, man, and I'm not saying that two players affect the whole game or affect wins and losses, but we talking about running the ball, and we're a run-first team, right? The two of the most important players to the run game, Trent Williams and Deebo Samuel, have been not available the past 3 games. So my thing is, I get that, Kyle. I get you can't run the ball to the left the way you want to without Trent. I get you can't do your little gimmick plays with Deebo if he's out. Do something else. Figure something else out. And see Kyle, how much of a genius Kyle is when he's forced to make plays without to his best player. Okay, genius, figure something else out. We got
I would have liked to see. I would have liked to have seen more of Ronnie Bell. I would have liked to see more Bell. Why can't we see more Bell?
I mean, we got 3 people that's in front of them.
I like the new tight end we got, Willis, because to me, George Kittle is literally breaking down before our eyes. I mean, George Kittle is not the same player.
I don't know why. I don't know why they won't use those guys because as you can look right now, Deebo's been hurt. So you know, some of our guys been hurt, and you're gonna go into the playoffs, and one of these boys get hurt. Then you're gonna have to put a running back in and somebody like, and they ain't gonna be ready for the task.
No, they're gonna be ready for the time of the moment.
Hey, they better be ready for the task.
We talk about the moment. You gotta be ready for the moment. They're not gonna be ready for that.
Hey,
why not?
Hey, y'all, and look,
because you haven't played them all year. You just gonna thrust them into a playoff environment.
That's on your mind.
You played the game.
He just on that football field. He's gonna be ready.
Jonathan, you said you played the game. Come on, you know better than that.
Look,
get him some touches.
Hey, what you about to say?
Ronnie Bell will be ready. Trust me. Ronnie Bell will be ready to the play.
Look, check this out though. Y'all realize the Super Bowl champion last year, Kansas City Chiefs, right? Y'all know they had rookies, huh?
No,
now we're saying the Kansas City Chiefs had the most rookies to take snaps last year. Y'all know that, right?
No, I didn't know that. Thank you.
I did.
Most rookies participate and stay in the game. And what? Hello?
Yeah, you broke up. You broke up.
Can you hear me now?
You muted yourself.
I can hear you now.
Oh, yeah. So what Andy Reid was, he gave them guys the opportunity to learn through their mistakes and to get better. So at the end of the year, he has guys.
Right. They'd be ready for the moment.
One thing that we've had over the last several years is injuries. It's undeniable we've had injuries. We had a blessing last year when the offensive line didn't get hurt. We had 17, pretty much the whole season, nobody actually go down for real, which helped us out. And we're not known for having those type of good looks. But at the same time, we're not developing the middle class. We top heavy like Jennifer Aniston, you know what I'm saying? We top heavy, but we ain't got nobody in the middle. You see what I'm saying? And so when these young guys don't get opportunity, like our first round draft pick is Jair Davis, our other guy, Danny Green, the other guy is Ronnie Bell, the other guy is DP. We got all these guys who are third round and second round draft picks that aren't getting opportunities to develop. So first, these are wasted draft picks.
Jair Brown. Where's Jair Brown? Where is he? Have you seen him? Have you seen him? This is what I'm saying. You gotta let these boys play. Okay, special teams. But what I'm saying is he needs to be out there in real snaps, man. And you know, when the lights is on, when he gotta really be out there playing. Not the special teams.
With that. But
no disrespect to special teams.
I was letting you know where he was at. No special teams. I want him to play too.
It is easier for Kansas City because they have the AFC West, and nobody's going to challenge them for that spot. It's a little more.
Man, let me tell you something, brothers. Before we got on here, I got a real close friend of mine. He's a Chiefs fan. He hit my phone talking shit big as my house, man. And I'm sitting here. I'm trying to argue back with the dude, but all he kept saying, "But we the champs." And what could I say to that? You can't say nothing to that.
That's why he called to mess with you for that though, because
I know what he's doing. He's being a jerk.
Yeah, so you know you ain't got to come back. All you can say is, "All right, we coming." He gonna say, "We y'all lost 3 straight," and you be like, "Well, don't worry about that. We go." And he know it's just go. He got you in a position where you on defense before you could do any attack.
This may not be fair. I want to be him. I want to be him. We was talking big shit a couple of weeks ago. We want to be him. I want to be able to pop my collar and pop some shit, you know?
Hey, then
I thought it was coming though. I did see it coming.
And then we also was under the belief that this year the 49er offense was one of the teams that only 5 teams had done this previously. The 94 49ers, the 1999, I believe, Rams, the 2007 Patriots. We had 35 plus points in all 5 of our first games. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, look at this offense!
Yeah.
Look at it!
Right.
We never had this before, guys. We finally got something to look at and remind us of our old school glory days, right?
Right.
So we had guys on the defensive end that will have to learn some things. But then it seems like we shifted the responsibility of a team that we thought offensively could probably like shoulder the burden a little bit better than previous years. Because I know we saying we got a quarterback that still needs to learn, but what we were told and what we were given as the narrative, because the reason why somebody else couldn't play because they was ready. They was ready now. For the team that we had, they was ready now. They didn't have they didn't need the speed bumps and so on and so forth. This was told against us. Even though we were trying to tell people ahead of time, like, hold on, man, wait a minute. No. He's that dude. He's that guy, right? So now we want to sit here and say, well, know what? He needs time. He has mistakes. I'm cool with that. I'm not disagreeing, but at the same time, that's not what y'all told us.
Let me tell you the issue with that, Twin. Let me tell you guys the issue with that. The issue with that was this. Once people see something, they can't unsee it or think outside of that, what they saw. You know what I'm saying? So they saw Brock come off the bench. They saw him light up Brady. They saw him take us to the playoffs and to the NFC Championship game. They saw how he went down. So you know what? We want some more of that. Now, we kept telling them all along, listen, man, you may want to give this guy some time. You know, you may need some reps. You better hold on to trade. Stick with the game plan. Nah, he's the real deal. Ain't that what Kyle said? He's the real deal. Now we going through this, and it got there because people saw it.
Bro.
You know what they say? Brother. Saying seeing is believing ain't a saying for a reason. There's a reason for that saying. People believed it because they saw it.
They act like Brock Purdy can't go through growing pains too. You see, you wanted to move on from a guy because you didn't want to go through the growing pain with Trey Lance. You going through the growing pain with Brock Purdy.
You're still doing it with Brock, right?
You going through
and
it
the thing
with
is
Brock.
this: you got a shorter leash because if he goes down, who we left with?
Oh God,
the man that sees ghosts.
Ball game. It's a wrap.
You know what would have happened though? If they would have went with Trey, what would have probably happened is, and Trey would have did the success that we thought that we were going to see, we would have been looking past this, and he would have went to the Super Bowl and ended up getting that after the season. He would have been our quarterback for the next 5 to 7 years. Yeah. That would have been our lock and key. So I don't see the fan base, not the fan base, whatever the aura is we're talking about. You can blame it on a million people. I don't think they wanted to see Trey Lance as our quarterback of the future, man. They didn't want to give him that opportunity because they would have had to deal with that for years to come.
Guess what happened when we say it? They called us racist. They say we were race baiters.
Right.
Unbelievable shit.
Hey, my God.
About that situation.
Hey, John.
That's why platforms like this is necessary.
Hey, watch this. That's why we're necessary. Perfect example. Y'all remember last summer, right?
Hey,
Debo waited out. He held out his contract. Y'all remember that?
Right.
Debo what?
Oh yeah.
Hold on, Don. Right? That whole race baiter shit.
Debo came
that's what they. Okay.
Look, Debo came in fat. You know what I'm saying? He was eating real good, right? Mm-hmm. George Kittle was hurt as well at first game. Correct.
Right.
We had 3 rookies or 3 guys start on the offensive line week 1. Like people they forget this crap. We had our Pro Bowler left went to the Jets. The other guy went to Denver Broncos, and the guy in the middle, our center, retired. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
These things. So we had our first game. Elijah Mitchell didn't even really practice the whole offseason too as well. Like people just be forgetting crap. So Trey played his first game. Elijah go down first quarter.
Right.
In the mud, in the sun, wherever the case may be. We know George Kittle ain't even there. So you already know pass pro is shaky. The running ain't gonna be off. And only people said at the end of that game was this guy ain't ready. Matt Miyoko got on the dog on television next day, say about week 3, we need to start Jimmy Garoppolo. Off one game where multiple pieces hit, right?
Hey,
twin, blown several assignments. Listen, hey, that boy Justin Fields' numbers were straight trash. The defense blew 2 assignments, and everybody looked past that and said, "Look at Trey."
Twin. I give you something else. They what Debo fumbled the ball in the red zone, and the defense had over 100.
We had 12.
Oh, you talking about the monsoon, Chicago? Yeah. People forget a lot about that game. There's a lot of blown coverages.
Yeah,
the narrative. They just didn't care. They said their narrative, so they didn't care. They didn't forget.
And on this side, we can't say
if he had survived that Seattle game, people wouldn't have focused there because he was mowing Seattle down before he got hurt. We had scored on our first drive. We were in the red zone for the second drive.
I'm gonna tell you what fucked me up. I'm gonna tell you what fucked me up. And I told y'all it's gonna happen like this too, right? That game, the game where it sprinkled a little bit in Cleveland, it sprinkled just a little bit. It sprinkled, right? It sprinkled. It drizzled a little bit, a little miss, right? Oh, you know, Brock was trying to play with a wet ball. Motherfucker, a wet ball. Trey Lance played the fucking monsoon.
Yeah.
But now y'all calling you saying it was a wet ball, man. Fuck you and your excuses.
Here's the other thing.
Me off. Not y'all, but this
Brock Purdy played at Iowa State, where it rained, where it snowed.
What goddamn the defense committing 100 yards of penalties? Debo from in the red zone. That is Trey's fucking fault. Make it the fuck out of here.
Trey Lance played indoors, and they blamed him for that monsoon. Iowa State is a hotbed for rain and snow. So Brock Purdy should be used to those conditions. So I don't want to hear shit about a little bit affecting him.
That's all good, man. Like I say, you know how I felt about Trey. You know, and I got to say, guys, in all realness, that was a trade that literally broke my heart.
Mine too, bro.
But
when they did that to that brother.
But check this out, though. If Brock Purdy is the guy, if we go into the playoffs and we lose because of poor quarterback play, we have to go back to that discussion. We have to go back to that.
No, they're gonna go back. They're gonna blame it on Steve Wilkes.
Yeah.
They already set it up to where they're gonna blame it at. The part that gets me the most about that is of everything is everybody keeps saying like, why did they draft Trey? What was he thinking? Why would he go? You know. And I think back to this kid was 19, 20 years old, and he got NFL coaches that is eating dinner at his doggone table, talking to my mama, talking to my dad, and talking about how I want you, knowing I sat out a whole season. What did you saw in me? What did you see in me? You saw that I knew how to win a doggone game, and you saw I knew how to protect the football, and you knew I was young enough to where I could develop into something that you want me to be. And that's what you did. You paid me $26 million. Okay, fine. And you turn around and you listen to the narrative because you see this guy play a couple of games who has proven that he has not really won nothing at all, but he does look good in your little situation. He looked good to the organization to fit that narrative that they want to have. And you sat there and you told us that this guy was our quarterback and his job to lose when your quarterback went down in Brock Purdy.
Well, let me say this.
None of that being played, and you turned around and you put that boy as a third-string quarterback. So you went from sitting at your dinner table with my mom telling me that I'm your guy to 3 years later telling me that you're a third-string quarterback and the team that's about to go to the Super Bowl when you're supposed to be trying out for first team. That is a lack of integrity to me, and that's what bothers me the most about that dude. Leave our black leaders alone if that's the best you can do.
Man,
because you got Singletary that ain't never had another job again. You got Kaepernick that has never had another job again. And now you got Trey Lance sitting in the third string position. So it's starting to look a little bit funny to me when it comes to having leadership in here. And I see Wilkes is on his way out the door.
Man, John Lynch sat up there and said, man, we ain't even telling no offense around Trey. They ain't had no plan for the dude. Nothing.
They could be doing what they was doing with Jimmy G and just say make better decisions. If you don't see it, take the hell off. That's all you gotta say and slide. I mean, come on, you see the opportunities there. Trey knows how to stretch the ball to the left and stretch the ball to the right and throw accurate passes. Brock Purdy cannot do that. He can do some of it, but can you do it in the fourth quarter when it means winning the game for your team? One thing he did see about Trey is Trey know how to win a doggone game, even if it's at a low level. You know what I mean? That's what you would got that boy for. And you let all this stuff around, and then he want to throw the excuse out there talking about there's 19 other people making decisions about personnel besides him. So you blaming the other 19 people for you getting rid of Trey Lance? You know what I mean? Come on, bro. Those other 19 people weren't sitting in that dude's living room telling him that he was your guy. You were. That's why he said he didn't think that Trey was going to act like that, because he made that dude finally act a fool on you gaslighting him all this time. And that's what you were doing. You were gaslighting him, and that guy was sitting there saying, well, I'm not paying attention to the media. I'm listening to my coaches. Sorry, the media. Next thing you know, the media is absolutely correct because I'm a third-string quarterback. So what you was lying to me for? You feel what I'm saying? I understand why Trey wanted to leave, because that's insulting. And then you know this dude is not even better than me on top of that. So we got to find out what's going on. That's why I say it's going to be a Super Bowl or bust. Brock, you better step up. Because it's really unfair to Brock, because you put that extra pressure on him by getting rid of Trey Lance for that. You know what I'm saying? Now you got all this pressure on Brock. Brock over there, he got doggone harvesting corn for the doggone all season trying to get his mind right. And you sitting here, we don't got nothing else because Sam Darnold, we sure ain't looking at him. And you I would have never told Trey Lance he was behind Sam Darnold. Never. I don't care if he was.
Hey, bro, what did I tell you what happened?
They knew Trey was better than Sam Darnold.
It's ball game. It's over. We know it's over. Now, my thing is this. I'm not going to kill Brock completely. Brock was I think, they didn't draft Brock, Kyle and John and them. That was the scout team who found Brock.
Right.
Okay, to begin with. So how much faith could they have really had in him? He just so happened to have worked out into this situation. And don't get it twisted. Kyle doing the same to him. He's shitting on Brock too.
Oh, I bet he is.
He is not going to be the fall guy for any of this.
Yeah.
He promised us a Super Bowl. If we don't get a Super Bowl, it can't be his fault. Believe me, it's going to be somebody else's fault.
He already got his extension.
No, he's not.
You remember when Kyle Shanahan said that he had a conversation, he said, with the owner, and the owner was like, well, you said Brock could do this, Brock could do that. You know what I mean? Like he was trying to say that York was making him throw Brock in the game. You know, that's how I read that he was giving that. So like he was really trying to throw Jay York under the bus. Then he was trying to throw the other recruiters under. He do it like he said. He do a lot.
Hey, in a nutshell, there's too much bullshit in politics, and we just need to get back to football, 49er football, man. That's what this organization needs to get back into.
I love the conversation too. Yeah, I love the conversation too, man. But we got to get to these Jags in about 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So you see how the passion come out? Passion make you go left. You're supposed to go right. Go right.
We don't know these agendas.
You know what I'm talking about? Make it stop. You're supposed to start. So let's go ahead and get to these Jags. Man, came here for something. Let's go ahead and get to it. Twin, John.
It's been real, brothers.
Hey, let's go get them Jaguars, baby.
They like them. They base their offense off the run a lot too.
And you know, business.
So we can
hey, we'll be here all night talking about this shit here.
Right.
And that's the usual case. We never stick to the agenda once we get into these passionate conversations, brother. You know how it go, Kev. We don't beyond.
Y'all already know it's a conversation though. Like I said, you don't want to get into it. I haven't got into it in a long time, but you know, that's one of the things underneath that you sit back at home, be like, man, let me not say nothing because I'm gonna be looked at as one of them people, you know what I'm saying? But you know,
and I be saying it.
Thank you for look. Hey, I say it, but you know, after a while, you like, man, forget it's over, done with. You know, my man, he's gone away.
Yeah,
you trying to swallow that. Yeah, you trying to swallow that bullet because you'll end up not liking your doggone team.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. You got to try to leave it alone.
But I appreciate y'all for giving because there's an understanding. I think there's a silent understanding that sometimes we can have a certain conversation that you know somebody else get it. So that's all it is. But I definitely appreciate it, and we definitely get into the Jaguars.
It ain't no silent conversation. It ain't no silent conversation. And if we don't win it this year, it's gonna get even louder.
All right, man. These guys are here, man. We ain't just gonna, look, man. We're not just gonna kick these guys out the door. Y'all here with us? So y'all gonna rock with us for a minute? All right, fellas, it's time. Check your watch. It's time, baby.
What time is it?
It's game time. Hey, let's get it. All right, we got the key players. Brock Purdy, 153 pass attempts, 224 catches. Total of 233 yards, 12 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, quarterback rating of 105.4. All right, we got Trevor Lawrence, 185, 271 pass attempts, total of 1,935 yards, 9 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, quarterback rating of 93.6. All right, let's get on down to the running backs. Rushing, Mr. McCaffrey.
Damn.
137 carries for 652 yards, 4.76 yards per average, 9 touchdowns, 2 fumbles. Travis Etienne, 151 carries for 583 yards, an average of 3.86 yards per carry, 7 touchdowns, 0 fumbles.
He is their
All right, last but not least, we got the receivers. Brandon Ayuk, Calvin Ridley. Brandon Ayuk has 35 receptions on 52 targets, 2 drops, 620 yards overall, 17.71 average, 2 touchdowns. Let's go, Brandon. Calvin Ridley, 333 receptions on 58 targets, 4 drops, 451 yards, 13.67 yards per average, 2 touchdowns. Let's get it.
As long as he don't gamble on games, he's
hey, hold on.
All right, let's get into the offense, guys.
So really got better numbers than Christian Kirk? Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's been their primary receiver for the most part. Christian Kirk's been used more of the secondary lately.
Hey, okay.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, not because of lack of performance. It seems like he's been favoring Calvin Ridley a little bit more. But I want to see Travis Etienne on the ground. If we can knock him on his behind, we won't have too many problems. Well, he gets loose pretty good. But
yeah, that kid's balling. He's balling.
Yeah,
he is.
I want to see him with.
Oh, go ahead.
He's balling. Let's get on to the offense, guys. All right,
hey,
so yards. This is
as far as the offense right here, Don. Hold on,
go ahead, Kev.
Before you go, just something to make you think, man. If you look on the left hand side with all our numbers, top to bottom, 5th. Points the game, the past 3 games this is crazy. You would think our numbers are a whole lot worse than this on offense. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, that's because of the hot start that we've had. These are the stats leading up to week 10 for both teams. All right, so total yards, we have 300. Our offense has gained 387.8. We're 5th in the league. They have 357 even, 14th. Passing yards. All right, we had 243.1, tied for the 9th in the league. They have 228.9, 14th in the league. Their rushing yards are what they are, 133.5, 133.5, 112.5. 27.3, 5th in the league in points. They're 10th in the league in points. By the way, their defense is pretty high scoring the ball. 24.1.
Yes.
All right. 46.4, they're 5th in the league with 3rd down conversions. Jaguars are 23rd, 35.5. All right, let's get into the defense. All right, 330.5. 8th in the league. Jaguars are 20th in the league, 354.1 total yards defensively. 20th. Passing yards.
Passing wise, they haven't been good since Jalen Ramsey left years ago.
228.9, leaving us at 20th. Now I'm sure during our win streak we were a lot lower than this. We were a lot lower than that.
We were.
All right. 31st. Jaguars are 31st in the league, 263.5. Rushing yards, we're 5th, 86.1. Now that's shocking, considering the lack of success we've had running the ball. They're 4th in the league, I tell you, ATN's balling, man. 79.3 points.
Yes.
17.5 fifth. They're 10th, 19.5. Like I said, they're gonna run that ball. They're still gonna try to. All right, third down conversion. 40.6 with 22nd. Wow, I'm sorry. 22nd. Third down. Like I tell you, we got to get up the field, man. That's why that number's so high.
And they get off the field.
Yeah.
Jaguars are 6 at 34.2. Third down conversions. All right, let's get into team matchups. Home records, we're 3-1. They're 2-2. Road record, we're 2-2. On the road, they're 4-0. All right, their division record, we're 2-0. They're 2-1. They got blown out by the Texans.
Yeah.
And I know that because they got me kicked out of my damn survivor pool. Conference record. Fourth, we're 4-1. They're 4-2. We coming off a 3-game losing streak. They're coming off a 5-game win streak. So they're kind of hot right now.
Yeah, we gonna put it on them.
Yes, sir.
They got a nice lead in the AFC.
Last but not least, guys, let's get into this injury report. As you can see, these injury reports are all over the place. They have guys on this report because I get it early in the week. They got guys on this report that are actually going to play. We know Samuel Womack, Trent Williams, those guys are playing. Darrell Luter's playing. Latu. I don't even know why we drafted this guy. Cameron Latu.
Hargraves is playing. Flanagan
Drake
Fowles
Jackson
is out.
So convenient. He's all of a sudden. What they say? He's his knee, something like that. Drake Jackson.
Right.
I figured he had to be something going on with him. They wasn't saying. You just picked up 2 edge rushers within the last couple of weeks, and you got a rookie. I figured something was going on.
You know what that's about. You know what that's about. You know, they're making room for them guys, man.
I think he is on his way out.
This is first season, huh?
Second.
Yeah, okay. Javon's playing. Demetrius Flanagan Fowles.
He's out.
He's out. Questionable. He ain't gonna play. Robert Bill. He's playing. All right.
Yes.
Now let's give it up for these Jacksonville Jaguars. All right, Parker Washington. I know who none of these guys are, by the way. Daniel Thomas.
The only name I recognize is
Parker
Zay
Washington.
Elon Moore. Gregory Jr. Zay Jones. Copper Hodges.
Zay Jones is the only name I recognize.
Ezra Cleveland.
Funny too.
Chris Clay Brooks. And Andrew Cisco.
Ezra.
All right, guys, and that will conclude the game time report. What up, guys?
Sound like a law firm more than they do actually.
Hey, so if that boy was actually a junior, his name would be Gregory Junior.
My goodness.
Give it up for Junior, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, man. So y'all know it's getting late. Y'all know I'm on the East Coast. But we got to go with the with Dave's. I don't know who said it.
But one of y'all said we're gonna beat up on them.
Well, we got to get to Dave's matchup of the week. This is what we do weekly. We give the matchup for the upcoming games. You know, those who rock our Real Talk know how we do on these pregame shows. All right. All right. So without any further ado, let's give it up for Super Dave. The OGs. Give me a sec. 1 sec. See, I know how this. My screen look crazy over here. All right, let's give it up for Super Dave, the OGs matchup of the week.
The Jacksonville Jaguars are still a young, disciplined team, especially on defense. And nobody brings that attitude more than Josh Allen. We kind of salivated over him a couple years ago in the draft, and he is as built as advertised. He can play the run, and he can rush the passer. He's going to be a menace. He is a menace to every team he faces, and we're no exception. Now, we've been hampered the past couple of weeks, especially on that left side. And no disrespect to Jalen Moore, who would be serviceable and start at any other place, but he's no Trent Williams. Trent Williams is the MVP of this offense. Forget the stats with McCaffrey. Forget the grand dame with Brock Purdy. If Trent Williams is not playing, we don't run the ball. We don't run the ball. We are one-dimensional. It is essential, and he is still a game-time decision. He's got to play for us to have a chance of stopping Trent Williams and being successful. So all eyes are on 71 versus Josh Allen. This is the matchup of the week. And also to add, John Feliciano will be taking over the left guard spot for the next couple of weeks while Aaron Banks nurses a turf toe. We liked the pickup in the offseason. He's a veteran. He's personable. He's interchangeable. He can play the guard. He can play center. He can play tackle if need be. But we're going to need him on that left side. We've got to get that solidified to have any success in the running game.
This is true. This is true. This is true, guys.
This comment right here, great one.
Oh Lord!
Let me have some without. That's somebody. Come on, man. Look at the avatars. That's somebody trolling there.
Man, I don't even have my glasses with me to watch. I ain't looked at none of the comments.
That's blasphemy.
Hey, look, I'm gonna say this.
Great one. Yeah, okay.
Jimmy was the quarterback when we won plenty of games without Trent Tebow. Jimmy didn't win shit.
Great one. Who are you?
Yeah, anyway.
Great one.
Thanks
great one trolling, man. Look, he don't believe that himself. He don't believe.
Hey, did somebody say he a Chiefs fan? I think that's what it is.
Security. I wouldn't be surprised if that's my boy, man. I wouldn't be surprised if that's my boy. I told you call me talking all kind of shit. I wouldn't be surprised. That's what they do to us, man. I don't know if y'all came in the show, but we was in here talking cash shit. We was playing our ASAP Ferg. I'm on the new level. Of course, this was before the losses came. Yeah, we was talking our stuff, man.
Okay.
We'll be back.
Oh yeah, we will
Chris
be back.
Say he a Niner fan. Okay, maybe he just missed Jimmy. I don't know.
Well, he can be a Raider fan for all I care.
I'll he go right there to the Raiders and sit on the bench with him if he wants to.
That's right.
Ain't nobody missing Jimmy. They're not even missing Jimmy.
Boy, Jimmy gives somebody an awesome, man. Woo! You sit there and you need your Tums and your antacids and everything, boy. That boy, good Lord. I told you.
Hey,
great.
After Squid Game came out, I started calling them not.
Sound went out.
I'm sorry, Kev. You cut out.
Here's that Cox thing again.
I said, if y'all seen that show on Netflix called Squid Games, I called that boy Squiddy G after I saw the Squid Games. Not Jimmy G, Squiddy G.
Well, look, anyway, man, we're gonna do a round robin, man. Keys to victory. All right, let's get it. All right, let's get it. We're gonna start at the bottom with our guests. Well, Sersky's gone. We're gonna start with you, Jonathan. We're gonna go counterclockwise. We're gonna end with Super Dave. All right. Keys to victory. What say you?
Minimal turnovers and getting back control of the possession of the ball. Once we get control of possession of the ball and we keep turnovers down, I think we'll end up pulling off the victory.
All right, that's and you're gonna stand by that.
Yeah, I'll stand by that. I think the defense will naturally step up because they've been hearing all that noise like they always do. But if we can minimize those turnovers and keep the ball and control the clock, I think we'll pull it off.
All right. All right, give it up for Jonathan, y'all. What we gonna do?
Yes, sir.
We're gonna do some weird shit here. We're gonna go to Sersky next, then we're gonna skip over you and get to Twin. Got it? All right, Sersky, keys to victory. What say you?
You know, I'm gonna say this. When I was little, my mama said when the street light come on, get home. So get home, D-line, get home.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, I know my brother gonna stand by that.
All right.
All right, we're gonna hop over Jonathan here, land on my man Twin. Twin, keys to victory, brother. What say you?
Hey man, at the end of the day, players gotta make plays, man. You know, you big money guys, your all pros, your pro bowlers, man. At the end of the day, go out there and play like your play check. You know, I know we got Steve Wilkes, but at the end of the day, y'all guys been here for a minute. Y'all get paid the big money for a reason. Go out there and dominate. You know, lead by example. You shouldn't have to have somebody over here pump-pumping you up and telling you these things as not only a grown man, but a grown veteran man. You ain't a new dude on the job. You been here. You the supervisor on the job. So go act like it. You know what I'm saying? And then also on the offensive end, go out there, man, and be creative. And what I mean by creative, know your keys, be disciplined, and go out there and play the way that you know you should play as a 49er. You know, again, that's another physical. It's all about the mentality. Go out there and be physical. Go out there, hit like they do on defense, like it is on offense. Everybody used to be afraid of our pass block, our tight end blocking, making sure we're holding our blocks and things of that nature. Go do the same thing. Don't turn the ball over. Play hard-nosed, disciplined football. If we leave the game with no turnovers and the team that have committed to less penalties, we win the game. Simple as that.
Oh, I forgot about penalties. Good Lord, yeah.
Yeah, we can't play. Hey, we cannot be penalty. Hey, look, we got to calm that down. Keep the penalties below 6. Don't turn the ball over. We be coming back to the Bay with a W. That's all I got to say.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
All right, I'm next. I guess I'm gonna piggyback off all you guys a little bit. Let's start. Y'all know me. I'm gonna start with the defense right away. We got to get stops. We got to get off the field. We got to make scores when possible. You know, it's not must, but you know, we are known for scoring the ball as well. I say that as the defense goes, so goes the game. We can get these guys off the field, keep the ball in Brock and offensive hand. We should be all right. All right. And that's my take. I'm going to stand on that.
All right.
Next over the faithful of all faithful, Silverado Cab. What say you, brother?
All right. You kind of cut out on me, man, but I think I heard what you said. I think it's my goal. I got one word. Actually, my goal. Execution. We got to execute. That's across the board. Offense, defense, special teams. On defense, you couldn't hear me, Dave?
Now you cut
it the out. Defense. We tighten up that coverage in the secondaries. So tighten up that coverage. Those pressures turn into sacks. On offense, you get the ball, do something with it. Put the ball in the box. Short and sweet for y'all.
Right, all right.
All right.
And last but damn sure not least, the Dago Kids, Super Dave, the OG. He's the victory. What say you, brother?
4 words. Run the damn ball. Whether Trent is playing or whether Jalen Moore is playing, we've got to establish a run game, because if we don't, it's going to be 4 L's. People have figured us out when we can't run the ball. Brock Purdy looks like Jimmy Garoppolo. We run the ball, we have success. Don't give up on it early either. 5 runs and then you bail out, that's not going to cut it against this team. You've got to stay committed to the run to open up the pass. That's all I got.
All right. All right, that concludes our keys to victory. We want to give a great big shout out, all right, to Twin and Jonathan for joining us on this evening's broadcast.
Thank y'all for having me. Thank y'all for having
me. We got to do this again.
All right, we're going to rock right on out with these guys, and y'all know the deal. Hey. All right. And we out. All right. First and foremost, I want to give a great big shout out to the Real Talkers. Absolutely. And I want to give a great big shout out to the crew. All right, we got Silverado Kev here with us in spirit. Well, actually, he's on the road on location at Jacksonville. That's Drew the Great. Dollar Bill Will, a.k.a. Sersky. And last but damn sure not least, Super Dave, the OG. The Real Talk 90 Talk crew, y'all. And once again, we want to give us a special shout out and thank you for Brother Twin and Jonathan. Give them guys a round of applause, y'all.
Appreciate it.
Salute.
Y'all know the deal. And, we want to give a great big shout out and thank you to our partner in crime and graphic artists. Give it up for Big
Hey,
Lou.
Twin, man. We got a minute, Twin. Hey, tell people where they can find you, Twin.
Oh, yeah, man. Again.
Get them.
Appreciate you guys.
Hey, yeah, Twin, tell the people where they can find you, bro. Twin got a channel too, man. Twin do good work.
Okay. Yeah, plug it.
Hey, man, y'all can make sure y'all go subscribe to my channel. It's Twin Empire _ man. You can go on YouTube. Make sure you type that in. Subscribe to the channel, man. Make sure you like, comment, share the content as well. I definitely appreciate it. And man, me and my brother got something kicking up on Thursday, man. We do a pick'em show, and I'm gonna try to start getting people to kind of do a little rotation on the show because it's like a 3-hour long show. And so I'm sorry, man, my dog out here. Like, it's a 3-hour show, man. I want to start just having guys come on. You know what I mean? To kind of hop on, go back and forth, continue to kind of just, build community. You know what I mean? So I would love to have you guys to come through, man. If y'all have time on the Thursday night during the game, man, say what up. You know what I mean?
Okay. Give me your channel one more time.
Twin Empire. So it's compound. So it's TWIN.
Hey, for sure, man. Appreciate it, man.
_
PIRE_?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Is that it there?
Where I'm looking. Twin. Yes, sir.
All right, guys. If you look at the lower left-hand corner here, you see this brother's channel. Definitely get out there, give him some support. We all know putting this content together is not easy. So we need to support each other.
Big ups to my fellow Mississippian too. You know what I'm saying? I always give my boy a shout out. You know what I'm saying? Everybody representing that 601 out here. You know what I'm talking about?
You already know, man. You already know.
We got to come bring some RT9T over there. Real talk, brother. And let me give a shout out to what's my man here? And my apologies, man, if I offended you earlier. I thought you were trolling us, man. We get so many people that troll us, but my apologies. to the great one. Give it to great one, y'all. 765. Thank you for your subscription and your support, sir. And like we say, don't just hit that button, slap that button. Will Smith that button, baby.
All love, great one. All love. All right. Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, guys. So like we always say around this time, I'm going to let you take it, Kev. You take us out. Kev.
Hey, man. Another great show. Another great
Kev in the Matrix. Kev, you take us out. Get us out of here.
Y'all know the man, it's been an issue today. I don't know, man.
I can hear you there. You sound fine there.
All right, we good now? Can you hear me? Anyway, man, look. Thanks for coming. God bless you. Good night. You know where to find us, man. YouTube, Real Talk, Nana Talk on YouTube. We always there, man. Tell a friend, as you would say, man. Wouldn't be us without y'all. We love y'all. God bless. See y'all next show. Knock these Jags out tomorrow, man.
Yes, sir.
Show.
Peace.
Deuces.
Big Smoke.
What's happening? It's your partner Red Eye, man.
We total devastation.
That's right. You can't do a touchdown without TD, baby.
We doing that real talk, Nana talk.
Real talk, Nana talk.
I'm more worried about us doing our thing than anything else.
Real talk, Nana talk.
I wasn't gonna say shit. I was just gonna let our team pull up to the stadium, get out the bus, beat their ass, and go home.
Welcome to the show. Say it with your chest. Identify yourself in the comments.
All right.
Before we begin, introducing the Real Talk, Nana Talk crew. Real thoughts, Nana thoughts infused. Silverado Kev, do the great Super Day. They got Nana style, the host too cool to rate. Your views to debate about this Nana squad. We'll tap in on the entire squad and see, was it a fumble? Was it a catch? Was it a double? Did we play our best? Nana's in the building, say it with your chest. Still on the quest, striving for 6. That's Nana Talk, best in the West. Fighting for this, cause we desire more, and that's Real Talk. Are you up for discussion? Nana gang over everything production. Live with no interruptions. We talking red and gold. Real talkers in the building and them hating trolls. The broadcast ain't official without the Royal Niner Animal View.